Hey guys, welcome back. This is a pretty wild one. We have a police officer who, in uniform, went into a store and put sticker UPCs apparently over top of Pokemon products in order to get a discount on them, to be charged far less for these Pokemon items. I say this all the time. It's amazing that these people that have jobs, that have income, they probably, I don't know in this case, but usually have a family to provide for. You would think with a steady income that they wouldn't make stupid risks involving Pokemon cards. And it's not like it's something essential here. We're looking at Pokemon cards. We tried to scam a store for Pokemon cards. It wasn't like this was someone that was down in the dumps, didn't have employment, and needed food or whatever. Pokemon cards. We're talking Pokemon cards. So we've seen it time and time again. How embarrassed do you need to be scamming people for money on Pokemon cards, scamming people for Pokemon cards, etc. And now, can you imagine being a police officer and you get caught? What? Now your name is always going to be associated with trying to steal Pokemon cards in uniform and your coworkers. And this is, I don't get it, guys. But let's read through here. We got the summary order of revocation before the Kansas Commission on Peace Officers Standards and Training. So this goes through most of the details here. There are some articles, but it's mostly just copy-paste garbage, typical games journalism style. So we're just going to read this. We got the document here. The above captioned matter comes on for Kansas Commission on Peace Officers Standards and Training Commission action through a summary proceeding under the Kansas Administrative Procedures Act, KSA 77-537, regarding the law enforcement certification of William Knight, respondent. So that's our boy, William Knight, the peace officer, the police officer that was caught stealing Pokemon cards with his uniform on. Statement of facts. The commission issued respondent a full-time law enforcement certification number 31112. 2. Respondent was employed as a full-time law enforcement officer with the Johnson County Sheriff's Office, JCSO, from March 8, 2019 to May 13th, 2022. 3. On May 13th, 2022, respondent was wearing his JCSO uniform and shopping in a retail store. Respondent proceeded to the self-checkout with several Pokemon card sets and some grocery items. As respondent scanned the Pokemon cards, he aroused the suspicions of an asset protection investigator who suspended the transaction. Respondent became nervous and stated he needed to leave because he had a call. So not a good sign. Trying to take off, I guess. I don't like, you're wearing your police uniform. Clearly they're going to be able to identify you. Like, what are you thinking? Come on, people, please. Respondent left the store and was later identified. Respondent admitted to investigating officers that he had taken several barcodes off inexpensive items he had at home, concealed them on his person while in the store, and placed the fraudulent barcodes over the Pokemon Universal Product Code UPC labels in order to purchase the items, I don't know why that's in brackets, at a lower cost. The 12 Pokemon card sets respondent took to the self-checkout had a total retail value of $398.86. So I'd like to know, exactly what barcodes he was taking off of something and placing on these. Did he print them out himself? Clearly, there was intent there to steal money from the store, essentially, which is pretty wild. It doesn't surprise me because there's a lot of people that will just open stuff in the store. I still don't understand why they don't treat the trading cards. I guess it's largely because, places like Walmart and Target aren't really necessarily responsible for it. It's more the people that supply the cards. But why they don't just put them behind the glass in the video game section, glass like that, and you have to ask somebody to take it out. So you can see it all, but if you want any of it, then you just have an attendant that's in that area, just like the electronics, that can just grab it for you, take it out of the case, bring you through. As a result of his conduct on March 13th, 2022, respondent was criminally charged in Johnson County District Court, case number 22CR01371, with one count of unlawful acts involving theft detection shielding device in violation of KSA 21-5805, a level 9 non-person felony. The respondent entered a diversion agreement in the criminal case in August 2022. Conclusions of law: fails to maintain minimum requirements for certification. I would say that probably would do that. Yeah, that should probably be a requirement. Don't steal in your uniform. Holy crap. Pursuant to KSA 74, don't steal at all, but especially if you don't think you're going to be reprimanded for going in and stealing Pokemon cards. Pursuant to KSA 74-5616B1, the Commission may revoke the certification of a police or law enforcement officer who fails to meet and maintain the requirements of KSA 74-5605 or 74-5607A and amendments thereto. Felony conviction: KSA 74-5605B3 states that each applicant for certification shall not have been convicted of a crime that would constitute a felony under the laws of this state, a misdemeanor crime of domestic violence, or a misdemeanor offense that the Commission determines reflects on the honesty, trustworthiness, integrity, or competence of the applicant as defined by rules and regulations of the Commission. Pursuant to KSA 21-5805D, it is unlawful to possess one or more fraudulent retail sales receipts or universal product code labels, or possessing the device which manufactures fraudulent retail sales receipts or universal product code labels with the intent to cheat or defraud a retailer. A person having possession, custody, or control of 15 or more such receipts or labels or such device shall be presumed to possess such items with the intent to cheat or defraud a retailer. So, man, that's wild that you need 15. Or is it just saying that, like, in this case, 15 is kind of evidence? Like, you just show up with 14? Pursuant to KSA 21-5805E, violation of this section is a severity level 9 non-person felony. Pursuant to KSA 74-5605D, a conviction includes any diversion agreement entered into on or after July 1st, 1995 for a felony. Due to his conviction for a felony, respondent fails to meet and maintain the requirements of KSA 74-5605. Damn it. Good moral character. States that each applicant for certification shall be of good moral character, sufficient to warrant the public trust in the applicant as a police officer or law enforcement officer. Defines good moral character as including the personal traits or qualities of integrity, honesty, upholding the laws of the state and nation, conduct that warrants the public trust, and upholding the oath required for certification as specified in KAR 106. Respondent's conduct shows that he lacks the personal qualities of integrity, upholding the laws of the state, conduct that warrants the public trust, and upholding the oath requirement for certification. I have to 100% agree. Like, if it's bad enough that these like stores, not necessarily like a big retailer or something like this. Also that there's little to no repercussions for the people that are doing this. if even the police ever necessarily care about a lot of it. They're like, oh, it's only Pokemon cards. Yes. So like anytime I'm ever talking to the police, I have to mention the fact that it's like collectibles or something like that for them to even pay attention to me to begin with. If you can tell them that it's $40,000 in Pokemon cards that someone's trying to get ripped off, trying to rip people off with $40,000 in counterfeit Pokemon cards in a parking lot, tell them exactly where they are, what they're doing, and they kind of just shrug it off. It's still $40,000, regardless of what they could be selling. Friggin' was it the Omega X brains? You can have $40,000 worth of X brains. You know, the yo-yo that spins forever because it's got the ball bearings and the springs in it. Those ones. It doesn't matter if it's Pokemon cards. It doesn't matter if it's fine art, if it's gold necklaces, golden butt plugs. It doesn't matter. The money is still there. It's still wrong. It's like the stolen Pokemon product. The stuff that comes out early that's very stolen. It still matters. Regardless of the value, regardless of what it is, what the material item is. Damn it. Respondents' conduct shows that he lacks the personal qualities of integrity, upholding laws of state, conduct that warrants the public trust, and upholding the oath required for certifications. The Commission may conduct these summary proceedings subject to respondents' request for a hearing. The Commission finds that the use of summary proceedings in these circumstances does not violate any provisions of law, and the protection of the public interest does not require the Commission to give notice and opportunity to participate to any person other than the respondent. Order. Based on these statements of facts and conclusion of law, the Commission orders that the Kansas Law Enforcement Officer certification of William Knight be revoked. Accordingly, the Kansas Commission on Peace Officers Standards and Training Certificate of William Knight is hereby revoked. Further, respondent is ordered to surrender and return to the Commission all evidence of his certification as a law enforcement officer. Dated 19th day of October, 2022. Dang. Notice of relief from this summary order pursuant to KSA 77. The summary order is subject to your request for a hearing. If you desire a hearing, you must direct a written request for a hearing to the Kansas Commission on Peace Officer Standards and Training, 1999, and Amadon, Suite 350, etc., etc. You get a written request within 13 days. So, sorry, William, but you got boned. You got boned here. You were kind of asking for it. That's pretty terrible. That I don't know what you were thinking. Clearly, you weren't thinking, but congratulations. You messed it. You messed it all up for discounted Pokemon cards. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully that was briefly entertaining. I know we got a little wordy in here. We got a lot of those KSAs that I probably shouldn't have read out, but I did. But that's okay. You can join the Discord. We can hang out there. And I'll see you next time. Bye.